Listen, if you've been on social media lately, then you already know that there's something definitely going on between Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson. Because everywhere you turn to, it is always the same question: are Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson actually dating? Or is it just another Nollywood moment that fans are reading too much meaning into? From their undeniable chemistry to those suspicious posts and even the way they look at each other, a lot of people, especially fans, are convinced that there is something definitely going on behind the scene. But today we're going to break it all down. No assumptions, just facts, clues, and also what people are noticing. Now let's start with the obvious, which is the chemistry. Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson, they are not new to working together, and every single time that they appear on screen, it always feels like magic. Their performances don't just feel like acting, it feels very real, very effortless, and honestly, a little bit too convincing. And when people start noticing this for a while, because it is one thing to act well, but it is also another thing entirely when people start believing that the relationship is real. Think about it. How many Nollywood pairing have made fans disinvested? Not many. Now, let me tell you one thing that made everything so solid that a lot of people actually thought and said, oh no, these people are actually dating. It was this year when Timini was releasing his movie, Love and New Notes, and Bimbo Ademoye had to release her movie, Mirrors and Reflections. If you're an Adam Man's fan, you definitely know that there was something going on between Timini and Bimbo Ademoye, because Bimbo was supposed to release her movie early March, but she paused her movie from being released until they were done promoting Love and New Notes in the cinemas. Tell me, how many people would do that for you? Not just pure friends. I'm not saying friends can't do that for you, but I'm saying that there was definitely more to it. They kept on promoting that movie. They even had a meet and greet together. Why? Because they knew that people who were supporting Timini and Bimbo together, they wanted to have a meet and greet with them together at the cinema. During their behind the scenes, or even when they were shooting content for Love and New Notes, there was a video that went viral where Timini was telling Bimbo that if they get to 500 million, that she's definitely going to get married to him, and that video went viral, and a lot of people were saying, oh no, it's just content. But one thing I know for a fact that it's not just content, because even the way their friend Camo at the background was supporting, it was hinting that there was definitely something going on between them. Because I mean, if they were just teasing, they would definitely have hinted to Camo and told Camo, oh no, do not talk about this in the public. But guess what? He was saying that adamantly. Like, there are so many instances where they keep on teasing Bimbo Ademoye, about Timini. Just take a look at the video I'm talking about.
I beg now, do this for my bro now.
If you make 1 billion.
Timini wed Bimbo, please, you guys should get married.
No,
please,
I'm going to marry you only on one condition.
Okay, what's the condition?
Your ship,
yes.
If you guys really want it to become a reality.
Okay.
I mean, I'm single. But anyways, if you want the Tim Bim to become a reality, they have to cross 500 million at the box office, and then I'm going to marry this individual.
Yes.
And then if they cross 1 billion, I'm going to have a baby for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, 500 million wedding.
Yeah.
Dubai, where? London.
We'll figure it out. That's London, no. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Then
1 billion.
1 billion.
Okay.
Twins.
Twins.
Yeah.
Twins. I get twins for my family.
Aside that, there was also a time where Timini was at an event, with some elderly women, and they asked him, oh, where's Bimbo Ademoye? And the first thing Timini said was that, oh, mommy, please beg Bimbo to accept me. It is very obvious that even behind the scene, forget social media, like, people actually talk about their relationship, and not just the youngest, but even the older people are actually rooting for them together. And it is very obvious that even if they were not dating at that point, it was very obvious that Timini was definitely asking Bimbo Ademoye out. It is no news that Timini basically liked Bimbo Ademoye. In fact, they both like each other. Take a look at the video.
Well done. Thank you. I will talk to her. That's what I'm trying to also. I will talk to her. Let me snap. I will happily snap with you.
Now, let's also talk about the fact that, people always keep talking about their social media posts, because if you follow both Bimbo Ademoye and Timini, you will notice something interesting. They don't just post randomly. There are moments where their content seem very connected, from playful comments to subtle interaction. In fact, there are so many times that Bimbo Ademoye has made a post about Timini Egbuson. She called him my baby boo, the love of my life, but she somehow edited those posts to maybe my boo. And I feel like this is probably because a lot of people were making emphasis on the fact that she called him the love of her life, or the fact that maybe they wanted to keep their relationship private. There are moments where their content seem very connected, the subtle interaction to even timing of posts. A lot of people have been putting these pieces together like detectives, and then there are some videos and behind the scene clips where they just seem very comfortable with each other. Not forced, not scripted, just natural. And let us be honest, in today's world, social media rarely lies completely. But the real question is this intentional, or are fans just overanalyzing anything? Now, this is where things actually get even much more interesting. A lot of people actually believe that if Bimbo Ademoye and Timini are actually dating, then that is what we're saying. It is what people call a soft launch. And let me even also emphasize on the fact that there was a time where Timini and Bimbo Ademoye, they were shooting for a movie and they went to Cotonou, and behind the scene, Timini Egbuson kissed Bimbo Ademoye. I would like to state that people don't randomly just kiss their co-stars except if there's something going on. That means they're not openly saying yes, we're together, but they're also not hiding it completely. It is subtle, it is strategic, and it is also controlled. And if you think about it, it actually makes sense. Celebrities today are very careful about their personal life, especially in an industry like Nollywood, where relationship can quickly become public drama. So instead of announcing anything directly, they let fans figure it out slowly. And I believe that this is basically what Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson are doing together. Now, let's address the big question. What if this is all a promotion? A lot of people will be asking. It wouldn't be the first time actors actually build chemistry off screen to promote a movie. We've seen it before. Co-stars act close, fans start shipping them, and boom, the movies get more attention. And considering both Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson are currently some of the most talked about actors in Nollywood, it wouldn't be even surprising if this is part of a bigger strategy. But here's the twist. Even when it starts as promotion, sometimes real feelings can actually grow. So the line between acting and real life can get very blurry. And I believe that this is what is happening with Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson. I believe they started as co-stars, then they realized that they had great chemistry, they had great connection, and I think they took it further. This is not the first time this has happened. It has happened with the likes of their Adesuwa Etomi, Ibrahim, and the likes. So this is not surprising. Let me know in the comment section. Is this surprising to you, or do you think they are actually not dating? So at the end of the day, the big question still remains: are Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson really dating, or are we just watching the best on-screen chemistry spill into real life? Because let's be honest, this is not just ordinary chemistry anymore. This is the kind of connection that make people pause, rewind, and start asking questions. And whether it is intentional or not, they've created a moment that has fans talking, a moment that has people watching every move, and a moment that honestly feels like a little too real to ignore. But here's the thing, sometimes not knowing the full truth is what makes it even much more exciting, because the mystery, the little clues, and the what ifs, that is what keep people or even everybody hooked. So maybe, just maybe, they don't need to confirm anything right now, because whether it's love or friendship or just just really good acting, they've already won. Now I want to know what you think, and be honest though. Do you really think that there is something real that, or they're just just keeping things private, or do you think that this is all part of a bigger Nollywood strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comment section and I'll be reading everything. And if you truly enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notification, because if anything new drops about Bimbo and Timini, you already know I'll be the first to break it down for you. Trust me, this story, it is just getting started, and I know for a fact personally that these two are dating. That'll be all for today, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye for now.